Hi, and welcome back to Open Doors Week. My name is Vincent. I'm here with another student discussion round, this time with two wonderful gentlemen from the Business Analysis, Economics, and Mathematics programs. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves for me? Artur, would you like to start?
Hello, my name is Artur. I'm originally from Pärnu, the summer capital of Estonia. I'm not that international here, but I came here to study in the actuarial and finance engineering master course.
Hello, I'm Carlos. I am from Costa Rica. I am part here of the quantitative economics program and moved to Estonia almost a year and a half ago. So always been living here in Tartu. So very nice.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Also, to anybody watching at home, if there are any questions for these two, you can put them in the chat, and we'll take a look at those as well. So we'll just dive right in here. Carlos, you said you were part of the actuarial and financial engineering. Sorry,
that's me.
That's you.
That's me.
Okay. Yeah. So could you tell us a little bit about the program and maybe why you decided to go into that field?
So for me, I'll start why I chose the program. It was in my second year of bachelor's, we had the actual actuaries come in from different insurances and describe what actuaries do. And that's when my eyes light up. I got really excited about the field, and I decided to come here. And this is the best place. Everybody has finished it in who are actually working as actuaries in real world have finished this exact course and came here, and they said, yeah, just go here, finish this course, you'll be able to do any actual job. But also I keep getting finance stuff. I keep getting roped into finance studies, and that's really great too. All the experience in the world is great to have.
Awesome, yeah. And Carlos, would you like to tell us a little bit about quantitative economics and kind of how you got into it?
Of course. Funny thing, my background is in electronics engineering. Had nothing to do with economics, but as more working experience I gather, the more I realized that I wanted to do something related to data analysis, data science, understanding better how to make decisions based on data. So then I realized I needed more background, more theoretical background and more practice and get into the world. So I started doing some research about different master programs, and I found the one University of Tartu being one of the best ones. And from there, applying through Dream Apply in Estonia was quite easy. And just at some point quit my job and found myself in Estonia.
Yeah. Is there a specific reason that you chose Estonia, or was it just because the program looked so attractive?
I chose the program, honestly, and then from there, I started looking at the country. Costa Rica is a country that has a lot of nature, and to me it was really important to also have that connection still. And Estonia is a country that has 50% of forest, of it is completely filled with forest and place that you can walk and see many things. So that definitely weighted a lot, and you have a good program and a very good place to live. So definitely I'm here for that.
Yeah, definitely. And I know, Artur, you're from Estonia, but I wanted to ask you, just on your perspective, coming from Pärnu, what do you think about Tartu? How do you like living in the city?
So the cities in Estonia are quite different. Pärnu is known for its beaches. Tartu is known for the people in Tartu. It's all about the students here. The first time I came here, I already felt that this city is different. It has something in the air that's not quite like Pärnu or not quite like Tallinn. And as I've been here for 5 years, I understand it's the students who make the life in Tartu what it is.
Yeah. Are there any specific activities you'd maybe done with the student organizations or programs that you really like in Tartu, or do you think it's just the people and the vibe of the city?
Well, the things that most catch your eye is the corporations, the different student corporations spread all over the city. But the most notable event that happens twice a year is this in Estonia it's tudengipäevad. It's basically an event for all university students to participate, have fun, take a week off from studying, basically.
Yeah, great. I think I'll ask you the same question, Carlos. Like, do you think there's any extracurriculars, anything you've done kind of involved outside of your program that you've really enjoyed here in Tartu?
Yes, actually, it's one of the ways that you can get used to the city and used to the change. Remember the first couple of weeks that I came here, I started seeing a lot of Facebook ads about the ESN, the Erasmus Student Network. Even though I'm not Erasmus, it was a great place to go and meet people. They organized some activities, but I also found different hobbies, either from hikes or dancing groups also that I just joined, and things that keep you busy also outside of school. It's also important, and definitely I was able to find them here in Tartu, especially in the Kesklinna, in the city center. So
yeah, there are definitely a lot of opportunities for students here just to get outside of their comfort zone, do things like that.
Definitely, for sure.
Is like coming to Estonia, have you really experienced, I mean, you're a long way from home. Have you experienced any like culture shock, or maybe are there any Estonian traditions that you're really fond of?
Well, that's a great question. For sure, definitely part of the culture shocks is that Estonians are really direct. They speak their minds. And, well, in Latin America, you normally ask, like, hey, how are you? And then they try to talk. And they definitely, Estonians reply and they tell you how they are. That's something really, that found really interesting to see how we are different in this part. But also, some things that I really like is the food. Yeah. Like all the desserts that they have recently was a Vaslakukel and Vaslapaev. I think it's my favorite season of all the time. And then I just try to collect these buns with whipped cream and jam and everything. I just try to go to different cafes and see which one has the best at the end and just do a prize for those.
That's awesome.
I'll just add to that. It's actually kind of a catch them all situation in Tartu. So you try to find like your specific small cafe that has the best Vaslakukel in town. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So you guys are doing an English taught program. Would you say, maybe Artur, as an Estonian, would you say that your program is very international, and maybe have you gotten different perspectives maybe on the subject, or maybe just from people you know based on how international your program is?
So I'll say that much, that having taken bachelor's here in Estonian and going into a course that's purely in English, you see how different some professors teach the subject. They're very thoughtful when they choose words, because there are many different ways to say one thing about the variable, but you have to choose the right word to say it, because otherwise somebody might misunderstand you. And that's why professors really take their time when preparing courses and making sure everybody will understand what's actually written or said. Yeah. But additionally, the change in language, it shocked me the first semester I took. It was really different. I had to readjust to think in English actually all the time, not jump between Estonian and English.
And that's probably true for a lot of people coming here as English is their second language. They're probably dealing with some of the same things you do. Do you maybe have any tips or tricks for people studying in their second language?
For me, the thing that helped the most was getting to the place where you can hear like faster than you can, or you can process what's said faster than you can hear it. So since most of the professors are quite slow speakers, you'll have time to process it, and when they start a new sentence or a new statement, you start picking up on things in that statement. Yeah. So just practice listening to English and understanding what is actually said.
Yeah. And Carlos, maybe just to expand on that, do you think there's a big difference studying in Estonia compared to where you've studied previously, or maybe school back in where you're from?
Sometimes I can feel that university could be similar in many countries. But when you see the whole city vibrating around the university, I think it's something that really is different from where I'm from.
Yeah.
You have a big campus in my country, but then you come here and the whole city is around the university.
Yeah.
So I consider that the environment that you are immersed into motivates all these startups, all these ideas, all these events that the university facilitates students to be part of, and then they can expand their knowledge in different activities that is not just related to the career.
Yeah.
That is a big difference for me.
Yeah.
So I think that's really valuable.
Yeah, it's easy to kind of stay focused when all the whole city and all the other students around you are kind of focused on that as well. So we talked a little bit about life in Tartu and stuff. I mean, you guys said that it was very student-centered, very around your studies. Now, can I ask you, what is the hardest part about your program for you?
Okay. In this case, I cannot speak for everybody, but what I saw was most difficult for me was coming from a background that is not in economics.
Mm-hmm.
So I basically had to relearn everything, what a derivative is from electronics, but what it means in economics. So that is a different meaning.
Yeah.
And also the terminology, for example, I think the best advice in that part is you have to read and try to get out of this comfort zone that you already did and try to read and try to Google many things that you don't know and ask questions. I think something really incredible. Professors here are super open and they are really willing to share their knowledge and resolve questions, even during COVID times, emails, etc. So I think that would be something I have to highlight in this part.
Yeah, awesome. Artur, I'll ask you the same question.
Yeah, for me, the most difficult part in my course is the depth we go to. Like, some of the courses are pretty theoretical, and you have to be able to get the concept, but also be able to formulate your own ideas based on the concept. So it's not just about understanding; it's about being able to apply what you learn, actually.
Okay, yeah, definitely. And would you guys say that you have a lot of independent study time? Like, are you able to kind of grasp the concepts, like you said, on your own in class, or do you think that there's a lot of work that goes into your specific programs that's on your own time outside of the classroom?
Well, it depends.
It's personal.
Yeah, I think it depends of the number of credits and subjects that you would like to take.
Mm-hmm.
One very nice thing from the university is that you can take also courses from other programs.
Mm.
Then if you have a lot of courses that you have to go into class, all of them have their level of complexity. So that is going to be reflected in the amount of time that you invest extracurricular time outside of the classroom. Some courses are more difficult than others,
Mm-hmm.
but just like for everybody, some courses could be easier for other people. So I would say that just plan your schedule, make sure that you are comfortable with the number of hours you want to invest in this, and take it from there.
Yeah.
What I have noticed so far is that although the courses say that you're going to put that much time into it, it's not always true. You sometimes even find a way to integrate courses with each other. So, for example, right now I'm taking GLM and general linearized models and just linear models, and I get to study similar thing, but also integrate them because they can produce the same thing. But the outcome, the way you specify it or say what it is, it's very similar for both those courses. So you have to find a way to integrate and make the load smaller, but also you have to be prepared to do the work, to put in hours studying at the book.
Yeah, yeah. So with these kind of schedules that you guys lay out for yourselves, do you think that there's time for, or are there internships or work opportunities kind of offered? Or do you think you have time for them while studying in your program?
I'll start with that. I'm right now a part of the industrial master's program. So this basically means that I'm working part-time Right now, a little less as the time goes on, and I get more free time from school. I don't have to take so many courses. I get to up the load on the work. But it is you find the time to integrate your studies, your work, and most important thing is that while you're studying, and you get to do the work that's in the same field. Yeah. You can just take what you just learned in the course and put it into work on real data. That's the best learning opportunity at all.
Yeah, that you're actually learning something that's practical and can directly relate it to your work life. That's great. And Carlos, the same question to you.
Yeah, last semester I decided to apply for a role. I started also part-time, and balancing, it also depends on everybody. I actually started university and then got the job, so I was like caught in the middle of, okay, I put all the courses I could and now I need to deal with this. But then you kind of like have to find the time to balance everything, and I think it's doable. I think something really valuable was that the first year I was really focused on the studies. Mm-hmm. So I was managing to take the course load and everything, so I get used to that rhythm. Mm-hmm. So when you started jumping into taking a part-time job, then you have the chance to also have a good background from last year and a cadence that you already used to. So I think that really helped. And this semester, I'm working full-time, doing also my thesis at the workplace I'm working at. So I think that is really helpful.
Awesome, yeah. And I know that you guys touched briefly on how helpful the staff were, but I wanted to ask, what do you guys think about the facilities and also the staff here at the University of Tartu? Is it conducive to your learning, or maybe not so much?
I say that much. The new Delta building is amazing for studying in. It's like you just come in at any time, you find the room you want to be in. Like even a free classroom is okay to go in and just write on a blackboard and do all what you want in the room, and just find the place, sit down and do your job. This is really great. But this is also spread all throughout the city. Mm-hmm. You can go to the university library. There's plenty of space there as well. I've done this multiple times when studying for exams. Just get out of the home I guess space and work somewhere else that focuses you better. And yeah, library is one of those places for me.
Oh yeah, there definitely are a lot of places. And yourself, Carlos?
Yeah, I agree. I think the university building is brand new. You cannot expect anything better than that. And I didn't have the chance to see the old facilities, but this one here is amazing. Everything is where it has to be. The technology is perfect. People during COVID, I think the university was in a perfect position to teach classes online. Yeah. And that really helped the students, and seeing all the investment that the people of Estonia have done in the university here, it's something that we take advantage with, and you see that reflected in the quality of the courses that we take.
Yeah, awesome. Artur, you had something to say?
Yeah, I wanted that I was able to see the old facilities and study there 3 years, and it was just like a cramped building where everybody was always rushing and going somewhere to do some class, but you never knew where to go.
So in other words, you could feel the history, right?
Yeah, it's great that this new building is so open, and you find this air in here, that's the space that's available for you.
And that explains the big arrows in the walls.
Yeah, and then I wanted to ask you guys, once you do finish your degree and your studies here, what are your plans for once you graduate? Artur, do you want to start out?
Yeah, since I'm doing the industrial masters, and I came to this study course with one goal in mind. It's to become an actuary, and I'm gonna do everything I can do what's in my power to become an actuary, and the best one there is.
Yeah, awesome.
It's very nice. I really like the field of behavioral economics. And how people make decisions and how that impact their choices and their daily life. That's definitely an area I want to excel and try to learn more. I would love to stay in Tartu. I really like the city. I really like the environment. And if I can stay here longer, then I would definitely like to to do that.
Yeah, that was actually going to be my next question, but I guess I'll throw it over to Artur. Do you think you're going to possibly stay in Tartu or just stay in Estonia?
I'm definitely going to stay in Estonia because this is my home place. I feel so at home here. I like any time I go abroad, I just want to come back because this is really homely place for me. And speaking of Tartu, I really would want to stay in Tartu, but we'll see what life opportunities come up. So where I'll have to move, but I really hope I'll get to stay in Tartu.
Yeah. Definitely. Awesome. So we're running a little short here on time, boys. But thank you so much for joining me. I wanted to ask you guys one last question. If you have any kind of closing thoughts about your programs that you want to share to maybe prospective students, or just something you'd like to say and you didn't get it off your chest.
I would recommend to always take a look at the program, take a look at the courses, but also take a look at other programs. I have taken courses from your career that are not part of my program, and also from computer science that I just use to complement the areas I am really interested in going, and the university gives that opportunity. So take that chance, take the leap. Don't be afraid of the Estonian winter. Actually, you just buy a good jacket and some boots, and then you're good to go. But anything else, people are amazing, and the place is amazing also.
Well, yeah, and you also kind of went into a new field with your thing, and you were able to take that chance, so you're kind of living proof of it right there.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. All right. Awesome.
So I'll add to what you said. It's so when you take a course here, like that's your main focus, but that doesn't have to be your only focus. You can like take all courses from any other institute that you fancy. If you want to learn more languages, you have this opportunity here. If you want to learn more computer science courses, you have this here. Anything that interests you, that tickles your fancy, you can find it here. Yeah. They're most likely a course for it.
Yeah, even if you're willing to travel, there's institutes in each Estonian city. So yeah,
there's even a course for knitting, for God's sake.
Yeah, but there's the institutes in Narva and Pärnu and Tallinn. So there's literally anywhere you want to do. So I appreciate that. But I think that will do it for this discussion round. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you had a good time.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you
so much. Yeah.
So that will do it for this discussion round. Thank you so much for listening and hearing our thoughts about these programs here. That's going to be the last discussion round for the day. So we'll finish up here. So thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.
Our online Open Doors Day came to an end. Thank you very much for being with us these 4 exciting days where we managed to introduce or conduct 14 info sessions dedicated to our international bachelor's and master's programs. We also had 10 student discussions of our current students who are enrolled to these international programs, who shared their experience of studying these programs and living in Estonia. Apart from that, we also showed you how our buildings look like, so you were able to see our online campus tour around the University of Tartu. We sincerely hope that you enjoyed our event, our 4 days of the Open Doors Week, and that you received lots of useful information that will help you in your admission process or in your future studies. If you still have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact any of the program managers or students who were participating in this event. We're also going to follow up with all of the slides that were introduced during this week, and also with the recording. So in case you missed any of the information, you will be able to rewatch our videos, our info sessions, and our online tours. But all in all, thank you very much for being with us. Thank you for asking your question. Thank you for your participation. We were happy to organize this event, and hopefully we did our best and you enjoyed it. I wish you a nice evening. Bye.